Most students think that once they add evidence in their paragraph, their job is done. But here is the truth about building a paragraph in an essay. Now, when you're going to build a paragraph, you've written your main idea, you know the content, you have great supporting ideas, and you also have an evidence, an instance, an example, and you still lose marks simply because your paragraph has no analysis. And that is the exact reason why examiners write comments like, too descriptive, your essay lacked depth, points not explained. So, what do we do in that case? Hi, I'm Manpreet, founder of the Learner's Pathway, an academy building independent learners worldwide, and the creator of the Universal Essay System, a framework designed to help students like yourself a clear, high-scoring essay for any exam, any topic, any subject for life. And in this video, you will clearly understand what analysis actually is, why it is the most crucial part of paragraph writing, and why examiners really care more about your analysis than your evidence. And by the end of this video, you will stop writing descriptive paragraphs and start thinking like an examiner. So now let's look at how a paragraph is going to look like visually. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so when you write a paragraph, the first point is your main idea, where you write the claim that this is what I claim, this is what my main idea is. And then comes your evidence, which is your supporting idea, which is your example, your evidence. And then comes the analysis part right after the evidence. So we are talking about this piece right here. Okay, now consider that both evidence and analysis, both these parts, so your evidence and your analysis, so both these parts are the main course, just like the main course you have in your meal, right? These 2 points are the points that allow, your paragraph's main idea become plausible. What is the meaning of plausible? It means credible, believable. Okay, now your evidence, this part right here, the second part, this one, your evidence that comes right after the main idea statement. Okay, so this part right there can be an information from journal articles, maybe that you found in the library. It can be some documented facts or studies. It could be data from research or interviews that you have conducted yourself. It could be a quotation. It could be a paraphrase from a work of literature. It might be an anecdote or a personal experience. Now, heads up, and this is really important, make sure you always cite your evidence, meaning you mention where did you get your evidence from. The citation style is important, so please refer to your citation style, whichever research or any type of essay that you are writing. So now you have understood the position of the main idea, the evidence, and analysis. However, evidence should not be just simply put into the paragraph and left to speak for itself. We don't want that evidence just to be there and it speak for itself. If you leave your evidence unexplained, your reader may interpret it differently. They might perceive it differently. They may not understand it the way you wanted them to understand it, the way you intended it, right? And your main idea will not be supported the way you wanted your reader to understand it. Therefore, your paragraph should carefully analyze the evidence it provides. It should, in other words, explain exactly how the evidence that you have cited, that you have mentioned, proves what you think it proves. In other words, analysis, the third part, the analysis answers the invisible questions of the examiners. For example, the examiner might be thinking, okay, this is your claim and this is the evidence. So what? Why does this prove your point? Why should I care? How does this evidence prove your claim? So this is your chance to interpret or explain the evidence to your readers. It is your chance to make connection between evidence and your paragraph's main idea. Main idea, evidence, analysis. So this guy right here, the analysis, helps make connection between the main idea and evidence. Don't assume that readers know why you are using the specific evidence or what it means in relation to your main idea. Often you will also see that evidence and analysis are hard to separate. I have seen so many times that students end up writing analysis, nothing but paraphrase of evidence. They just end up repeating the evidence and they think that they are analyzing it. So a strong analysis or a strong analysis sentence must have this. Number one, it must explain the logic. Why have you used that evidence? How is it supporting the claim? How is it supporting the main idea? Number two, it must show the implication or significance. Again, if you did not explain, would the reader automatically understand how is it that your evidence supporting the main idea, right? And always remember, like I just said, never repeat the evidence even in different words as an analysis. That is not an analysis, right? So now you've understood what analysis is and why it matters, and what role it really plays in making your paragraph strong and convincing. But the real question is, how do you actually write a solid, effective analysis? How do you explain evidence without repeating it? How do you show logic, implication, significance, the way examiners expect? And that is exactly what I teach step by step in our universal essay system. So if you want to master how to write a powerful, effective analysis that completes your paragraph and completes your essay, head over to the link in the description below and sign up for the course. And if you are one of the first 200 founding students, you will get access at a special early bird prize. I'm genuinely excited about this course because I know it is going to fix the one thing most students struggle with, that is thinking and planning on paper, and how to structure and organize their ideas such that they are clear, they're fluent, they're concise, they're coherent, and they make sense. The link is below, and I will see you inside the course.